Year 6 Maths Revision, Mixed Calculations and Topics, Spring 1, Part 10. There are 10 questions. For each number you choose either A or B or do both. Pause the video while you work it out, and when you are finished you press play and I will talk through the method and give the answers. So for 1A, 1B, I'd like you to do both sides, everyone. You'll be rounding numbers to the nearest 10, 100, 1,000 and 10,000. Pause the video, then we'll do it together. Okay, so for 263 rounded to the nearest 10. So 6 is in the tens column and we're going to look right and it is a 3. So we round down to 260. Now 263 to the nearest 100. So if we look again at that number, 200 is in the 2 is in the hundreds column, so it's either going to be 200 rounded down or 300 rounded up. And we have a 6 in the tens column. That's how we make our decision. So we're going to round up because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you round up. So that would be 300 to the nearest 100. 26,324 to the nearest 1,000. So we've got a 6 in the thousands column. So we're either going to round down to 26,000 or up to 27,000. And we've got a 3 in the hundreds column, so we're going to round it down. So it's 26,000. Right, the next one is to the nearest 10,000. So we have got a 2 in the 10,000 column. We're going to look next door and it's a 6. So we're going to round up to 30,000. For 2A and 2B, you've got a decimal times either a 1-digit number or 2-digit number. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay. 5.23 times 6. Put your decimal point here. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 1 is 31. Next, we have got 6.97 times 24. Now, this time we have got, well, first off, we've got 2 decimal places. So we're going to put our decimal point in the correct place. This time we need 2 rows as it's 24. So we're timesing it by 4 and by 20. And then we'll need our answer box for our total. 4 times 7 is 28. So you put an 8 here and a 2 here. 4 times 9 is 36 plus 2 is 38. Carry the 3. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 3, 25, 26. So it's 27.88. So I'm going to cross that 4 out. I'm now multiplying by 20. I'm putting a 0 here, and now I'm just going to treat it as 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 9, carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Going to have to extend this along. Right, 8 add 0 is 8. 8 add 4 is 12, so 2 here, 1 here. 9 add 1 is 10, plus 7 is 17. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1. So it's 167.28. Next, I'd like you to write the name of each 3D shape and the number of faces. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, so this is a cylinder and it has 3 faces. It has the face at the top and there's another one at the bottom. In fact, if we do this, you can see there that there's another face at the bottom and then there's the face that goes around. So there are 3 faces. Okay. This is a triangular prism. There's a face on this side and there's a face on that side. So that's 1, 2, and then there's 3 around the outside. So there are 5 faces. We've now got 2 subtractions with fractions. Pause the video, then we'll do it together. Okay. For the first one, the denominators are different. We have a 3 and we have a 6. However, 6 is a multiple of 3. So we can keep 1 6 and we can change 2/3 to sixths. So the 3 becomes 6. We've doubled it. We've times it by 2. We do the same to the numerator. So it's 4 sixths, take away 1 sixth. So the answer is 3 sixths, which of course is 1/2 simplified because 3 is half of 6. I've got 1 and 1/5, take away 1/4. The first thing we need to do is change this to an improper fraction. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So it's 6/5, take away 1/4. So we can't do this because the denominators are different. If I write out my 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then my 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, we see that 20 is going to be the new denominator. Okay? What have I done to 5? I've timesed it by 4. So I'm going to do the same thing to 6. I'm going to do 6 times 4, which is 24. What have I done to 4 to make it into 20? I've timesed it by 5. So I do the same thing to the numerator. So it's 24 twentieths, take away 5 twentieths. So that's 19 twentieths. And we can't simplify that any further. Next, we have 4.9 divided by 100 and 23 divided by 1,000. Please do both sides. Press pause and we'll do it together. Okay, so 4.9. So we have a ones column, a decimal point, and a tenths column. So I'm going to put 4.9. We're going to divide by 100. Now 100, we have 2 zeros. The digits are going to move 2 places right because when we divide, the digits get small. The number gets smaller. So we're going to need the hundredths column and the thousands column. Right. Our 9 is going to move from there to there. Our 4 will follow, and now we need a 0 here to tell us there are 0 tenths, and a 0 here to tell us there are 0 ones. So that one is 0.049. 29 divided by 1,000. So we've got the tens column and the ones column. We've got 23. Now we're going to be going into the decimals columns because we're dividing by 1,000. So let's put our 3 decimal column headings. We're going to move 3 places right because there are 3 zeros. So the 3 is going to go 1, 2, 3. The 2 will follow. We're going to need a 0 here, a decimal place here, and a 0 here. So the answer is 0.023. I'd like you now to find 2/5 of 40 and 3/9 of 63. Press pause and then we'll do it together. Okay, so we need to divide by the denominator. 40 divided by 5 equals 8. And now we multiply by the numerator. So we do 8 times 2, which is 16. Next, we're going to do 63 divided by 9, which is 7. And then we do 7 times 3, which is 21. Okay, you are going to divide these numbers. There is a remainder which I'd like you to express as a decimal. Press pause, then we'll do it together. 81 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8 once. and there is a remainder of 3. So we carry the 3 over. 5 goes into 31 6 times, and there's a remainder of 1. So we need our decimal point, and we put our 1 here and a 0. And 5 goes into 10 2 times. And if you do 16.2 times 5, you will get 81. So you want to test that out, press pause and do that. 37 divided by 2. Let's do the same thing here. 2 goes into 3 once with 1 remainder. 2 goes into 17 8 times, because 2 times 8 is 16 with a remainder of 1. So we're going to put our 1 there, and we're going to put a 0. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So 37 divided by 2 is 18.5. Right, I'd like you to find the area of each of these triangles. So press pause, and then we'll do it together. All right, remember, area of a triangle is area equals height times base, and then divide your answer by 2. So, for this one, let's choose a different colour. We're going to do 4 times 6, which is 24, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So this one is 12 centimetres squared, because it's area. This one we need to do 7 times 7, which is 49. Now we need to do 49 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 9 4 times with a remainder of 1. I'm now having to do a decimal remainder. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So the answer is 24.5 centimetres squared for area. Next, you have got 2 calculations with Roman numerals. Have a go and then unpause and we'll do it together. XV is 15. VIII is 8. So it's 15 add 8, which is 23. But if we're going to give our answer in Roman numerals, it will be 20 and then 1, 2, 3. Next, I've got XLIV. Now, XL is 40 because L is 50 and we're taking away the number before, which is 10. So that's 40. IV is 4 because V is 5 and we're taking away the one before. So it's 44 times 3. So 44 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. So the answer is 132. So in Roman numerals, that would be C for 100. 30 is 3 tens. And 2 is II. Today we're doing the opposite of what we normally do. You've got the decimals and you have to write the fraction equivalent. Press pause and then we'll go through it together. 0.5 is half. I need to put my equal sign, very important. 0.25 is 1/4. 0.75 is 3/4. 0.01 is 1/100th. 0.1 is 1/10. 0.125 is 1/8. And 0.4, well, if you know that 0.1 is a 1/10, you'll know that 0.4 is 4/10. That's the end of today's lesson. If you are unsure about an answer, go back and check. If you think that I've made a mistake, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll